For centuries, Jews lived in peace in Arab and Muslim countries. They had been essential members of their communities, doctors, teachers, and businessmen. Jews had been living in Syria and Lebanon since biblical times, with thousands of Jews in Damascus and Beirut. They had been in Iraq since the Babylonian exile in 586 BCE, and Baghdad was the center of Middle Eastern Jewry up until the 1930s. When Spain expelled the Jews in 1492, many fled to Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia, where they lived in peace alongside Arab neighbors for centuries. Cairo had been another major center of Judaism. In fact, the Jewish politician was a core author of the 1923 Egyptian constitution. From Morocco to Iran, Syria to Yemen, Jews had established a home where they could live, work, and worship. However, this changed with the rise of Arab nationalism and Islamism. Jews became enemies of the states that they inhabited, simply because they were neither Arab nor Muslim. In almost every Middle Eastern country, Jews were either legally stripped of citizenship or threatened and attacked to the point where they could no longer live in peace. Yemeni Jews were among the first to realize that they were no longer welcome in Arab lands. Jews began migrating from Yemen to Israel in 1881. However, in 1947, rioters in Aden killed over 80 Jews, making it clear that Yemen was no longer a safe place for Jews. Thankfully, the Israeli government evacuated over 40,000 Yemeni Jews between 1948 and 1949 as part of Operation Magic Carpet. The birth of the State of Israel was a joyous occasion for Jews all over the world, especially for those that had come to Israel escaping persecution. For the first time in thousands of years, Jews had a land of their own. However, for the Jews remaining in Arab countries, Israel's independence inflamed anti-Semitic sentiments and led to both official anti-Jewish policies and spontaneous riots in which Jews were killed, their homes destroyed, and their possessions stolen. In Iraq, attacks against Jews began during World War II, as Iraq was allied with the Nazis. In 1941, 180 Jews were killed and hundreds of Jewish businesses were looted in Baghdad, in what is known as the Farhud. As Jews had been living in Iraq since the Babylonian exile in 586 BCE, many decided to stay. However, by 1951 the violence was unbearable, and public hangings and fabricated crimes had proven that Jews had no governmental protection in Iraq. 120,000 Jews fled the country, many of them to Israel. In total, over 850,000 Jews who had been living in Arab and Muslim countries became refugees between the beginning and end of the 20th century. Today, there are few Jews left in Arab countries. Their synagogues have been destroyed, their homes resettled, and their influence forgotten. Fortunately, all of these Jews found a home in the State of Israel. Today, 61% of Israeli Jews are Mizrahi, or of Middle Eastern descent. They are no longer minorities, nor restricted in their occupations and actions. They are doctors, lawyers, teachers, scientists, mothers, and fathers. They are free to hold whichever political or religious beliefs they like. They are Israelis. They are home.